It is not a time that will soon be forgotten. I'm talking about Mayor Rob Ford's tenure here at City Hall, the late mayor. On Breakfast Television this morning, I had a chance to talk to Jordan Heath-Rawlings about his 8-part podcast series called The Gravy Train, which takes a closer look at the mayor's tumultuous time.
The world has changed so much since Rob Ford showed up and rocked Toronto's political scene, but the entire world's political scene has shifted in his direction since. And so we set out to tell the story of Rob's life because he's one of the more compelling figures to ever hold power in Toronto. And as we did that, as we talked to everybody who'd been with him at that time, who'd opposed him at that time, they kept drawing similarities to the populist politics we see elsewhere around the world. So this 8-part series is a biography of Rob Ford, but it's also an examination of what came after and how he changed modern politics. And it's really been fascinating to talk to people who were in the center of it at that time and see what they think of it now.
What is it about Rob Ford that you essentially say made people like Donald Trump exist?
Well, Ford popularized a number of strategies. I mean, populist politics is not something that he created, but his brand of it, his sort of unqualified, brash, just a regular guy speaking truth.
Yeah, the gravy train's over. That's we're gonna get respect for taxpayers' money once and for all.
That came from his instincts and has been proven so correct.
I just knew one day that I was gonna be mayor, and I guess this is the day, right? So.
And also just the way he worked with the media or worked against the media. He used to go after media outlets in Toronto by name, go after specific reporters by name. And that's something that, was the very beginning of fake news. There's one story we tell in the documentary that right after the first video was reported, a poll was put in the field in Toronto, and it found that 50% of the city believed Rob when he said the media was just making it up. And that was a warning bell to journalists everywhere saying, we're not as trusted as we think we are. Maybe the game has changed, and it's changed a lot more since then.
His legacy now is intertwined with Mayor Tories, intertwined with Premier Doug Ford, his brother. He's created this incredible vine, hasn't he?
That's, it started with his father, Doug Ford Sr., who became a provincial MP, and his goal was for the family to create a political dynasty, and whatever side of the aisle you're on, their impact will be felt for generations in Canadian politics and elsewhere, and that's why it's been such a fascinating experience.
The first 2 episodes of the 8-part series drops Thursday on the Frequency Podcast Network, and then one a week after that.